What's up, fam? I'm your host, Jack Settleman. Joining me today, as always, my co-host and longtime best friend, Abe Granoff. Today, we're in the stew. There you go. Good adjustment. Hey, way to adjust to the defense.
That's how we do in the stew.
What's on your mind today?
It's on my mind, Jack. I'm in a good mood. A lot to celebrate today. A lot to commemorate. A couple round of applauses I want to give. I want you to give it with me. First round of applause goes out to the Los Angeles Lakers. The most impressive four-game sweep performance we've ever seen.
The Nets should be embarrassed that they didn't get swept like the Lakers.
I am surprised there is not a banner hanging up in Bristol, Connecticut in the Sports Center ESPN studios that commemorates how well these LA Lakers played in those 4 games against the Denver Nuggets. It's remarkable. It's remarkable. And then a little bit of a more somber, this I should be on my feet for, but we're in the stew. I'm not going to. Here's my hypothetical glass of wine.
Cheers.
To the king, to the GOAT. Thank you. Thank you for the mark that you left on NBA basketball. If the other night was the last time that we've seen you play. So LeBron James is contemplating retirement. That's calculated as fuck.
Drake, what's the song? In My Feelings? How's it go?
Kiki, do you love? I don't think you know where this is going either.
What do you mean?
Like, what's the reference?
Oh, just that LeBron James literally lost the game and got in his feelings and talked about retiring right after the game. Well, everyone's been down bad like that before. I've retired from alcohol how many times?
Dude, I almost sold my team in the MLB The Show League because my teammate is giving up. It's up for sale if anyone wants it. I hate this team. But LeBron's not an idiot, right? Like, dude, it's your stew. LeBron's not an idiot, right? This was fucking in his mind to go up to the podium if they were going to lose and say this. The biggest cap of the week of all time, we'll do cap of the week later, is obviously that LeBron's retiring. Everyone was just like, oh, that's sweet. He says he's retiring. Get back out there for year 21, brother. Now, was it calculated for the following reasons? Was it a message to the Lakers organization saying, you need to get me some help? You need to get me a Kyrie? Was it a message? Was it real? Maybe he is going to retire. Maybe he had this inkling where he was like, you know what? I'm washed. But there was a reason that he said it, and I'm not sure exactly why. What is he looking to gain by saying this? Or is it, and this is the leader in the clubhouse, in my opinion, I want ESPN and everybody for the next X amount of days until the NBA Finals not to talk about how the fact I got swept, an impressive sweep, might I add.
Very impressive.
But rather, if not, I'm going to play next year. So those are kind of the options that I came up with.
Well, he's definitely not admitting that he's washed, because he then followed up the retirement statement that he's top 10 or 5% in the NBA.
How many players does that equate to?
I think there's 450,
so
he's top 40
45.
to top 15, yeah.
It's facts.
He was coming off a 40, 10, and 9 game. So he's probably not thinking he's washed. So it's not that. 2, maybe saw a mock draft or a scouting report on Bronny, and it was like, Detroit, Orlando. Maybe he's out on that. He did say he would never play in Orlando. So maybe the Magic were like, if you don't retire.
He won a championship in Orlando.
I know, but he said he would never go back. So maybe it was that. Maybe it's the fact that he's the biggest attention whore in the history of professional sports. Could be that.
Could be.
Or
we're not gonna make any assumptions here. We're just laying out all the options.
Or a more logical and realistic thing is that actually it's probably the most realistic option is he just loves the attention. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'll say he's coming off a series sweep. He clearly has hit a declining point in his career, even though he's playing well.
Let me stop you there.
This isn't the peak. This is not the peak.
Right,
so he's
but
on
you
the
were
down.
the one prior to Game 4 that said, we don't think LeBron has that in him anymore.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing.
He did it.
It kind of showed that he didn't, though.
He did.
Because he had 9 points and only 2 in the fourth. Like, that's where I guess the big stat line is one thing, but it's the LeBron in the fourth making an impact late. Not in clutch time, never.
Well,
in
I
clutch
do
time,
think
but the
he
first
needs
10
to. I
minutes.
do think he needs to kind of change the way that he plays nowadays, right?
He just doesn't have the endurance. The
he
roids
did
wore
look
off.
he did
It's
look
fine.
tired. He
Yeah.
did look tired. I'll give you that.
But last thing is that you get swept. You've been playing this stupid game for 20 years. You feel like you've accomplished literally everything.
He has.
And yeah, of course he has. And then I think the real thing is the injury. If you've ever had to rehab anything in your life, it's a mental fuck. Like you just, it's like my back I wake up in the morning, my back hurts, right? This morning you were like, I might not even play today. Okay, think about 20 plus years of that waking up every
I don't
day.
spend $1 million on my body though.
That's
I spend
true.
like
$2 million.
negative 100 a week by getting Chipotle and beer.
So I think all of that culminated in him being like, you know what? I love the attention. If someone calls my bluff on it, maybe I will retire because I'm so sick and tired. But to give it all up when Bronny is coming into the league in 24 months feels unlikely.
What if he just totally changed the way that he played and became a different type of GOAT, right? We saw it at the end of this game, 4 seconds left, Lakers down 2. LeBron said, give me the ball. Give me the fucking ball. Nobody's touching this ball but me. What if...
We've been dying for that for 2
What
decades.
if going forward, he changes his game to where he becomes more of a team player and he, I don't know, I'm pulling this term out of my head, makes the right basketball play.
No. I actually think this was an indication of how he's going to close his career, which is because he's already established himself as one of the greatest passers of all time, highest basketball IQ. I think he's going on his MJ retirement tour and just like, fuck it, we ball. Like the threes that he took to end, in the third quarter in game 3, like the shots where we were like, Bron, like, you haven't made a 3-all series. Like, why are you still shooting these?
Dude.
And he's just shooting them. And then in game 4 to close the game, he gets the double, the classic double. I don't know if a kick out to an open AD is the right play. I know he hit one in the bubble, but like
against Denver,
but like odds are, I actually think Rui was probably going to be open underneath to tie the game, but he said, fuck it, we ball. So
is the broadcast of game 4 still on with them replaying the final play to try? I actually think they went up LeBron's shorts through Jamal Murray's chest cavity where there was a hole because he hung out with Draymond just to see if there was an inch of a foul on that play. That broadcast didn't show the Denver Nuggets hoisting anything celebrating until it went through 19 different camera angles on the last play, trying so hard to find a foul. I'm surprised the NBA 2-minute report said there wasn't a foul.
How crazy is that?
Wait, they said it was a foul?
No, they didn't.
They confirmed it was not a foul.
Yeah.
Someone's getting fired.
Yeah.
Someone's getting fired.
That might be it. Or maybe Bron's like, you know what? If I can't get that look right there, then my time has passed. So if LeBron James has finally played his last basketball game,
thank you.
Tip of the cap to you, Bron.
If I lost LeBron and Tobias Harris in one offseason, what reason do I have? What's my why?
To live or to watch hoops?
Aren't they synonymous? All his life.
All right, so Lakers get swept. Nuggets, which it's been my agenda all week to make sure, even though you forced this agenda on us by starting the show with LeBron talk, Eagleson did it, you did it. What's on your mind should have been the Denver Nuggets because they are a good team.
It's not on anyone else's mind.
They have Western Conference MVP. Congrats to Nikola Jokic on that esteemed award. They're really good. They're minus 210 to win the finals right now. Miami is up 3-1 in the series, going back to Boston. Let's talk about that. Celtics avoid the sweep.
Oh, we don't talk about Denver because I was going to admit something.
Celtics avoid the sweep. You said when they were down 2-0, series is over. Miami wins game 3. Now it's 3-1. Is the series alive?
No. Dead.
Why not?
Dead.
Tell me why.
Well, Jack, there has been 150 scenarios in NBA history in which a team has led 3-0. 150 have tried to come back. 150 have failed to come back. I'm a data guy.
Really?
I'm simply a data guy.
Eagles hadn't won a Super Bowl.
NFL championship, though. So different. Is a little bit of a different situation.
Very.
And it feels as if everybody on the timeline last night, and even people I talked to at work today that are Boston fans, Boston's confident as ever. Boston thinks it's 3-3 right now. It's one game, winner takes all, they're going back home. It's not. They still have to win 3 games out of the next 3, and Miami just has to win 1. Now, the difference is typically when a team is up 3-0, they're trying to close out game 4 on the road. So Boston stole one in Miami, and now they go back home for a game 5 rather than the team that's up 3-0 or down, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So that's where it's different. The reason I don't see them coming back, is because this is what I thought about Boston all year. This is what I've said. I know what they did to the Sixers, and even that was probably indicative of my take because we went 7. Like it was an evenly matched series. But this is the inconsistency out of Boston. And you looked at game 4 last night. Jason Tatum, bad first half. Really good second half.
Yeah.
That body language in the first half towards Joe Mazzulla, Shaq called it out on the TNT broadcast. He's fed up. These guys hate Mazzulla. He's horrible. He tried to give that game away last night.
That's the thing. I think Mazzulla has become
You didn't watch. You were at the Yankee game.
No, I didn't watch the game. I know Mazzulla's not a good coach. I understand that. But holy shit. He's the scapegoat.
Jaylen Brown's getting a lot of flack too.
But Mazzulla has become the scapegoat.
Yes.
In reports, in leaks, in press conference, everything has pointed towards Mazzulla, which is so unfair because of how bad the Celtics have played. You can make as many adjustments as you want, and everyone gave credit to Mazzulla, albeit late, in making that game 6 adjustment, putting Rob Will in the lineup. Well, you know what? He ran that out for the first 2 games of this series, and he was terrible. And there's only so much he could do. People wanted him to pull Grant Williams out of the lineup. Now I'm seeing on the timeline, Grant Williams should have never been pulled from the lineup. So it really is just streakiness. If you want to say Mazzulla should have stuck with his guts, stuck with his guy, that's a whole different story. Mazzulla has become the scapegoat. Here's why I think Boston has a chance in the series. Yes, they're inconsistent. Yes, if you're thinking about the fact that they get 2 more at home and Miami only has the 1, which is not traditional when a team starts up 3-0. Boston's lost how many games at home in the postseason? So if you're Miami, of course you're nervous because it's all a momentum thing. And it's all, you're going to hate me, it's a variance thing. And Boston is inconsistent because of variance, because their style of basketball is shoot a fuck ton of threes. And Miami has hit on those variance things. So the odds that they're going to win 4 in a row, that's pretty much the story of game 4, was Boston made shots and Miami missed them. Now, could that happen over the next 3? Absolutely. I think the odds are probably against Boston. They're plus 210. They got 2 home games. And if they take care of business, right, it's the same exact situation as Philly, right? Down 3-0 on the road. That's the thing. The 2 games prior don't matter. Mm-hmm. And
they're not coming back from 3-0 anymore.
Right. Exactly. It's 3-1, which has been done, right? Yeah. But that is where the variance now comes into play. So I think Boston is very live. And while the traditional 3-0 sweep, you go on the road twice and it's only once in this scenario, the real difference in this one and why Boston has a chance is because it's rare that a team goes down 3-0 and they're the better team. That's the difference. Boston is unequivocally the better basketball team. Maybe not as much of a gap as we initially thought, right? I would have thought they're miles
saying player
better.
By player, match them up 1, 2, 3. Yeah, of course.
It's Boston has got to be 5 of the top 7 players in the series. And Bam is on a night to night, you just never know. So you have that going for you if you're Boston. You want to shorten the series. How do you do that? You win as 10-point favorites at home. And the Lakers are getting all the love for, hang the banner. They played the Nuggets close. It's not like Miami really has blown Boston out in the 2 games at home. They just collapsed in the 4th quarter.
In the playoffs, though.
I think it's indicative of if Miami had splattered them the first 3 games, then I would have said, all right.
They did splatter them game 3.
They did. But the first 2, Boston could have easily won. So now if we were sitting at, if the series was 2-2, like if they had literally won one of those first 2 games, everyone would be, Boston would be a huge favorite.
But they didn't.
They didn't. But it shows to me that Boston is still the better team. Maybe not as big of a gap as we initially thought. Home court to me, throw it all out. Like I don't think Miami is sitting there like, all right, we want to win game 5, but if it comes to 6, that's ours. You know what I mean? I think they'll be like, shit, we better win this one. But they could win 7 on the road. That's how I felt about Philly too. I don't buy the home court anymore.
Here's the thing. One of the true core reasons why I think this series is over and everyone's getting excited about Boston, and it's the first time in history, and comparisons to the Red Sox in 2004 and the first team in the MLB, it was Boston. They're not playing the Sixers.
Right.
They're playing Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra in the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
That's a mentally tough team. It has been for years. The Sixers, mentally weak.
Mhm.
We know that. Boston, in my opinion, kind of mentally weak.
Yeah.
Miami at its core is tough.
Mhm.
And they're going to be every single, they were up at half. And there was a massive third quarter and it was kind of put away until Missoula kept Tatum on the bench and Miami made a little bit of run, but whatever. That's the difference is Miami, I don't think gets afraid of the narratives that are going around. They just know. And Jimmy was cool, calm, and collective and sexy in his post game last night. And that's just what the Miami Heat are. And that's why Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat are a match made in heaven.
I do believe, though, you can fake it till you make it, right? He can say that and say it with confidence.
I don't
and
think there's faking
his
with
team
him.
believes it, right? And that's what makes them tough. Boston's weak. But what Boston also is they're a momentum team. If they get 5, then they're going to believe. I actually don't believe that they think, don't let us get 1. Like, I don't even think they thought they were going to win
almost
last
cap
night.
of the week, Marcus Smart.
Right. I don't think they believed it. But
I thought they gave up. When I saw
thought-
Jason Tatum's body language in the first half, I said,
exactly,
they folded.
they were dead.
They put it in the chips.
And the fact that they somehow, some way survived it, now I think that game 5 is an even game. It should not be a 10-point spread. Not that they won't win by 10. I think anything could happen. But if they get 5, then they'll start to believe it. And then they'll remember, because they just had to be reminded, hey guys, we're the better team. We have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and we have all this depth, and we shoot the shit out of the ball. What Miami's doing, that's what we do. We're better than them. And I think if they get 2 and they know that 7 is back home in Boston, what are you saying? Don't let us get 6. And that's how this stuff happens.
My honest prediction is we go back to Miami for a game 6 and Miami closes out in 6. And then this is what I want to talk about with the Boston Celtics. They've had this young core, this core of JB, JT, Smart, Horford with complementary pieces for the last 7 years or something.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum has been to how many Eastern Conference Finals?
A lot.
And it was, they got to grow. They're young. They got to develop. Then one year it happened, it was Kyrie's fault.
Yeah.
Then it was Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
Then it was Brad Stevens.
Yeah.
Then it was Ime. Now it's
No, they went to the finals last year.
And they fell up, they came up short.
Yeah.
Like you said, Missoula's being scapegoated. At what point do we just say, like, maybe this Boston core can't win a championship?
I'm a hard disagree with that, actually.
I didn't say I agree with it. I raised the question.
It felt like there was an agenda, though. Maybe so.
Always, brother, always.
I think that you were sitting here saying before all the events kind of transpired that the Sixers core, no matter what, that team could go win a championship.
Still believe it.
Right. So if you believe that, then it's just insane to say that Boston.
But we haven't been to 7 straight Eastern Conference Finals.
Right. So I actually think you can make the argument that they're closer and they just haven't figured out the pieces. And the way the ball bounces, sometimes, time after time, it just doesn't fall your way. Is that player dependent? Maybe. Was there like KOC reporting that Tatum's like soft and stuff? Boston fans were going haywire on the timeline after winning last night. Apparently there was some crazy reporting about that stuff. I would keep Tatum and Brown together. As a Knicks fan, I would love
Jaylen Brown, 5 years, $295 million.
Yeah. He's just the type of player that wins. He's a wing. He's a 3-and-D wing. That's
they
what
already
you
have
want.
an elite one of those.
You don't want another?
I just want one.
Right.
I just want
Dan
one, brother.
You're tired of calling him Dan Wellhouse, I guess.
There you go.
Carmelo retires, 3 to the dome. Shout out Melo. I feel like generally a positive discussion on the timeline. Everyone
Big
agrees.
time.
First ballot Hall of Famer. No, I didn't see any trying to but he didn't win a ring. He was a diva. None of that talk. So I'm gonna throw snaps to the NBA.
Dude, that's what
community
I
for
was
that.
thinking this entire time was like more so than any other ringless superstar in NBA history. James Harden, Charles Barkley, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on. I've never seen, maybe it's actually the you're going to miss me when I'm gone type thing.
Mhm,
and that's, you stop getting shit once you
Yeah,
retire.
I think Russ will get his flowers. When
Well,
it's all
Harden
said.
gets flowers.
I don't
Or
think
Russ.
so.
Why? That's
Because
the thing.
a lot of Harden's game, not all, there were times,
Dude.
a lot of his game was grifting. And I think that will be what is remembered
more of his game in those prime Houston years.
was-
He was averaging 36-point triple doubles for 4 months.
Yeah.
It was crazy threes and
It
ability
was.
to get to the rim.
But that to me can be packaged in like this very kind of small. And what did he do? He won 1 MVP?
Harden won 1 MVP.
1 MVP. Yeah. I that's just my gut. That's just my gut feeling is that will be the difference for him. But I think Russ will get his flowers when it's all said and done. Dwight Howard is definitely getting his flowers right now because he's the funniest content creator on the planet. I'm trying to think of like other guys, but the Melo convo was very positive, which I was very happy about. And it took Bleacher Report just 5 tweets about Carmelo to finally link it back to LeBron James. So people are like, I posted, how they made Carmelo's retirement about LeBron James because that's the only thing they're capable of doing. People are like, dude, they sent like 5 other tweets that weren't about LeBron. Congrats. And if you're going to make it about Bron, then Bosch goes with it. Like if that's what you're trying to do is draw it back to the draft class, you gotta include Bosch.
No.
How is it about?
They're drawing back to the high school days where they were 1 and 2 in the country, and Oak Hill versus St. Vincent St. Mary's was on ESPN. Like Bron and Melo,
that's why Bleacher Report was posting about it.
I'm just saying I get what it's not draft centric. It was like Bron and Melo have been linked to one another since they were in high school. It's not just the draft class that came with it.
It's just why is it always Bron?
I'm glad it's a perfect segue into cap of the week. My cap of the week, a little bit more LeBron James. Let's talk LeBron James and let's talk Carmelo Anthony. Minutes after being swept, and quite possibly the most impressive 4-game sweep of all time on the Lakers' behalf. I just want to say that. LeBron was asked about Carmelo's retirement, and he filmed a video the week prior, so he knew about that. And just in case you think he's lying, guys, LeBron was in Denver for Carmelo's first playoff game ever. You know who wasn't in Denver for Carmelo's first playoff game ever? Carmelo. Because the game was in fucking Minnesota.
Is there any chance he was just happened to be like in Denver?
Like he was watching at a local bar I went to with my buddies on a bachelor party? No. He actually had this is why LeBron is the GOAT on and off the court. On the court, obvious reasons. Off the court, philanthropist, great father, the Stephen A. bottom line that pops up right here. The list goes on and on. The guy is the gift that keeps on giving. Not only did he say, I was there in Denver for Melo's first playoff game, he followed that up with, you can check to make sure, because I know you guys think I'm lying. Well, you know what we did? We checked. And you know what you did?
Wait,
lied.
Has anyone checked? I know the guy. You.
I checked.
Wow.
I checked.
Wow. Brian kind of has you on.
Always has, always will.
Yeah.
Always has, always will.
Yeah.
Like that is this was the season of Le Cap.
Yeah.
When all the shit came out. The perfect kumbaya to year 20 of
that into the fake retirement.
Is 2 lies to end it.
Yeah.
It is the fact that he says he's got to evaluate all these things. And then to double down on saying, I'm not lying. I was in Denver for Melo's first playoff game. Carmelo wasn't even there. He was in Minnesota. You fucking liar.
Who won the game?
Who cares? LeBron is lying.
I mean, that's almost the thing is like at this point, it's just expected.
Like it was a full circle of year 20 LeBron where,
maybe he's
it started off embarrassing. Got really good at the trade deadline, started lying a lot, and then it ended with it being embarrassing and lying. It was just chef's kiss.
Year 21 doesn't really hit.
No, he'll find a way to do a 21, can you do something for me in the preseason Instagram caption.
Of course. But year 20, that kind of is the year you would want
to What do you think? And I know we've talked about LeBron a lot. I mean, every station in America has this week. But if you were to guess, let's say when LeBron retires, how will he do it?
Well,
what is the most?
It'll be
TV.
I think it'll be the actual retirement. No, I think it'll be a Bronny LeBron retirement tour.
1 year.
Yeah.
But what will the Instagram post be?
Oh, the IG. Well, there'll be so many.
Oh, it's gonna be.
And
great.
Depending on what team he plays for, I actually don't think he'll want to play the full season. Like, I don't think he'll want to go out in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Kobe actually went out in a great way. It was like his last game. And I think he'll want something similar to that.
I also think it's cap that he'll just follow Bronny everywhere he goes.
I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
You think he could go to OKC?
Yeah.
What?
Dude, and it'll be one of the greatest things ever. Like, every game.
Because it'll be horrible.
No.
Because the worst team in the NBA will be on 50 national TV games.
No, genuinely, like, what did I say when Tom retired? I said, like, I
don't really listen to you.
I was upset. Like, I thought he should have gotten the proper retirement tour. So I do wish that for LeBron. I hope that all 82 games are the most watched game, one after one after one. I hope every ticket is fucking $5,000 to get into that game. I hope that everyone blows it out, gives him the jersey, all the former players go. Like, I genuinely hope he gets that entire thing. And I think that he would hope that it actually ends in game 82, because if you lose game 6 of like the Western Conference semis, it would just be weird.
I feel like if it was game 82 of 82 and that's it, LeBron makes all of his teammates play in his jersey.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of shit that I see.
Like,
you remember when they came out when Kobe passed away?
Yeah,
they all came out in the Kobe jerseys.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen with LeBron.
But like, play in the game.
Yes.
Whole thing.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Foul on 6,
Yeah,
6,
yeah,
6.
yeah.
Everybody.
Or 23. You get to choose.
Yeah. You get to choose, and you have James or the king on the back.
Yeah.
Something
He
like
wears 23 right now, right?
No, he wears 6.
I'm almost positive he's wearing 23.
No, he's wearing
I'm
6.
pretty sure he's wearing 23.
Maybe he is. Did he start in? He started in 1 and then moved to the other with the Lakers.
Well, the funniest part was he was like, I would never play in 23 after he understood the importance of the number, and then obviously played.
Why is it important?
Because it's my birthday, the 23rd.
Right.
My cap of the week is that it is NFL season and everyone is off season, OTAs. Everyone is looking good. Chase Claypool, he's
Except Tua, that fat ass. Oh, shit.
That's not fair.
Damn.
That's not fair.
Cut that part. That's why we have Eagleson.
My cap was actually that everyone is looking good, because OTAs, everyone does get to look good. It's just you practice in no pads. Everyone's faster, quicker, stronger, healthier, a stronger arm, all this shit, except one guy. In our MLB The Show series, we call Vladdy G and Alejandro Kirk Tubby, because they're a little overweight and it's our frustrations. We love them as people. Holy thick God, Tua Tagovailoa. I thought that picture, when it was sent in the group, was actually like a joke. Like, I thought for a moment, my initial response was like, that's fake. And then I looked into it, and there's video evidence. He is thick. And it's genuinely my new favorite thing in the sports world. Not even from a poking fun thing. I have just gotten so much joy out of what Tua looks like. He looks like, who said it? You said it. Kyle Lowry put Tua's helmet on. It's not even like he put on muscle in his bottom half. He's got a cushion down there. That man is thick boy number 1, and I might love Tua now.
I think I love Tua as well. My initial reaction when I saw the photo, because I saw it during the Miami Heat game, I turned to the TV. I said, is Kyle Lowry on the screen? Because that's Kyle Lowry in a helmet. And then I thought of Eagleson. And then I thought of the podcast. I'm sure his nickname is Tua Everything. Any restaurant he goes into is Tua Everything. He is going to be, we all know the issues with Tua from last season, his head injuries and the concerns and potential retirement.
Yeah.
He is going to be a human immobile tackling dummy in that pocket. There's no way he can move laterally looking like that. No shot. Maybe he does a position change.
Yo, he's fat.
Like this, like when I got on this mic after the Sixers lost Game 7, I called James and Joel fat with a lot of other. I meant it a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, I've learned by calling Tua fat last night, calling world-class professional athletes fat or obese is just like my favorite thing in the entire world, because it's something that 95% of them would have never imagined to be called as a child or throughout their entire life. So I feel like that's the most degrading thing you could call someone. James and Joel, that was more anger than frustration. With Tua Everything, it's my eyes. I'm looking at an obese human being. it's muscle. It's muscle. Dude, he's
No, I can't
Dude.
wait to hear from Eagleson at the end of the
He squats
pod,
more than
but-
Jalen Hurts now, maybe.
Yeah, but cap of the week, that fucking Tua is looking good out there.
And Rodgers.
Our internet graphic of the week is National Brothers Day. Is that today?
Happy National Brothers Day, brother.
I don't think that's today, to be honest. But what is the best duo of NFL brothers in the league? The Kelseys, the Bosas, the Diggs, the Watts,
Nope.
the Martins.
Today is
the Cooks.
National Brothers Day.
Is it?
Yeah.
Casey didn't get me a present.
Bitch.
The Cooks, the St. Browns, the Edmonds, and the Fullers. I don't know if Eagleson wants us to rank it or just kind of talk about it, but who is what's your top duo?
It's the Kelseys if we're talking football. If we're talking
Oh, okay. I'm a slight disagree. I think the Bosas would have a shout there.
I see 3 Super Bowl rings with 2 Hall of Famers.
Okay, Tyrod Taylor has a Super Bowl ring.
The captains on 3 Super Bowl teams.
I think that Nick Bosa is the Defensive Player of the Year. Travis Kelce's the best player at his position by a large margin.
Jason Kelce's the best player at his position.
Right. But the Bosa's positions probably hold infinitely more worth than Jason's. So that's all I was saying.
Listen, if you want to win Super Bowls, call the Kelseys. If you want to storm the Capitol, call the Bosas.
You're a sicko. The Diggs have like a shout there as well.
We'll give the bump.
Yeah.
We'll give them the
Yeah,
bump.
Trayvon. TJ definitely carries the Watt family.
What's the other one's name? I want to say
Um,
Derek.
That's correct. The Martins, I didn't know there were 2 of them. The Cooks are fun, like for your fantasy team.
But they're running back, so you don't matter.
Right. The St. Browns, Amon-Ra is amazing. Equanimus is okay. The Edmonds, they're actually pretty good.
Are they all twins? Because they look exactly alike.
The only question would be, why are 2 of the Edmond brothers holding the same number jersey? That's slightly confusing.
I think
And the Fullers, I grew up
2 of
with.
them play on. Really?
Yeah, Kendall went to McDonough. Kyle Fuller was from our area too.
Like, you know them?
Like, I ran suicides with Kendall, who's the youngest brother.
Did you beat him?
Yeah, I beat him. No, it was funny. They used to do these conditioning tests that were like meant to fail. So, we're in 7th and 8th grade and like no one could do them. It was like one of those things, like pretty much a speed test where someone like you fail eventually. And he like smoked. He smoked them.
Yeah, the Kelseys are the obvious pick here. Forget football aside, like vibes.
Yeah.
Bosas are weird and annoying.
Yeah. Diggs, easy. They're the vibiest for sure.
The
They're
Kelseys are the vibiest.
No.
I'm not saying swaggiest or coolest, but like
vibiest. You're also just like the pod has done wonders for them. Because if this question got asked 12 months ago, I don't think anyone would have been like, oh yeah, Jason Kelce, outside of Philly. People love Jason Kelce, but like vibes, you wouldn't have been like, yeah, I actually still don't want to sit down and have a beer with Jason Kelce.
You're an idiot.
It seems like he's trying
Why?
a little hard.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not.
And it seems like Travis tries a little hard too.
Yes, he does.
So you see
Yes,
what I'm
he
talking?
does.
Like they're just try hard.
Well, because Jason Kelce.
All right, how about this? Dream blunt rotation, not the Kelseys.
I can smoke a blunt with Jason Kelce. Travis, no shot.
Right.
Travis, no
Who's
shot.
your dream blunt rotation? Me, you, and what set of brothers?
In this graphic?
Yeah. I've seen the same.
I'd
Browns
probably,
on
if
their
it's not this
podcast.
graphic, I would probably take the James brothers, Bryce and Bronny, because Bronny's always smoking that loud.
The loud, not the Bosas, that's for sure. I'm gonna go with the Diggs here. I'm gonna go top brother duo, the Diggs. We go to their charity basketball tournament in Vegas every Pro Bowl. It's a good time. Stefan seems like a genuine guy. Trayvon came on the pod. He was hilarious. So I'm gonna give it out to the Diggs.
Definitely don't want to smoke a blunt with the Bosas. Definitely don't want to smoke a blunt with the Edmonds because there's 3 of them and it'll just take a while to get back to me.
I'm hitting the roach by the time it's rotated.
Terrell's just chiefing.
All right, that's pretty much it. Eagleson has been, I don't think his new lady friend listens to the pod. If she does, hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet you.
But it's got him feeling some type of way. Got him feeling
I
some
think
type
it's the
of
people
way.
that you employ. Your full-time employees.
Yeah, they're a little horny. But Eagleson came up with the topic for this episode of Ranked, and it is body sensations.
We agreed. Obviously 1-1.
Yeah, you don't got to talk about it. Tom Brady's the GOAT. No one has to mention it. No one debates it. You know what the GOAT of body sensations is here. So we move along. I'll begin.
Sure.
Number 3, getting a massage or your back tickled / scratched. If you wanted to complain that like those are two different things,
I'll let you have them both.
Yeah, I kind of figured if you get a good massage, maybe get a little back scratch along the way. That's just a relaxing, nice, gentle, great feeling. And you know, you get your back scratch and massage in the right country, you know, you get the number
I
one.
wasn't going to go there, brother. I wasn't going to go there. What I was going to say was, obviously it was the first thing that came to my head. What I was going to say was, I've actually only ever had one true massage in my life.
Really?
It was 60 minutes of fucking pain. Everything in my back, shoulder, everything is tight. I'm 27 now, and there's not a day I don't wake up where something in my body doesn't hurt.
Do you know what type of massage you got?
One that hurt.
Like, you know, there's different types.
She asked,
like,
how hard
Swedish,
do you want?
There's athletic.
She said, how hard do you want?
What'd you say?
I said, take it easy on me.
Really?
I'm soft.
And you were bitching.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
She spent 30 minutes in this one knot in my bad shoulder. Jack, I was that close to crying.
I actually need massages now to like work on my stuff, but those are by far the least enjoyable. So pretty much anytime I get a massage now, I'm actually not going to do it to help my body. It's just for relaxation.
I got to spend $1 million on my body.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
No.
Massages for
I'd spend it on beer and Chipotle. My number 3, and I think we've gone down, I think I've told this story on the pod before. I know you know, but is waking up in the middle of the night before your alarm goes off. It's just it's a fantastic feeling when you see the clock and you think you wake up, you think it's time to wake up. Yes, I have 2.5 more hours of sleep. Amazing feeling. My personal suggestion to people listening, maybe do it intentionally. Maybe set a 4:12 a.m. alarm.
Psycho.
I did it.
That's actually serial killer shit.
So if you're new to the pod, I told this story a long time ago. That feeling that I just described, waking up before your alarm goes off, is something that I chose to do almost every day of the last 2 years in high school, where I would set a random alarm in the middle of the night just to wake up and go back to bed. I am fully aware how psychotic that is, but that just shows how much I love that feeling.
Yeah.
Just shows. My number 2, when you go to the barber, come on, we're recording a podcast, 2-phone boy. When you go to the barber, put your head back, warm water running, fingers in your scalp.
Oh my God.
Fingers. A lot of these feelings can be comparable to the assumed 1-1 of this ranked. But there's nothing like those firm fingers going into your head and your scalp. And you almost don't want it to end.
No, you don't.
Right?
No, it's not almost.
It's
That you
it's a
do
good one.
not want. When do you get your hair washed? For what? You get your hair washed during a haircut?
Sometimes.
Like I would go to salons or I get my hair dyed. Like then I would get it washed out. When
They
do you
always
get
ask
your
if I
hair-
want it washed. I don't wash my hair every day, but if it's like coming up and I've like
Yeah.
nothing to do, like I'm not going to shower. Why
Yeah.
not? It's not in every haircut type thing. Every haircut.
Because like
I
a
get it.
barber shop doesn't do
Yeah,
that.
they do. Mine does.
Where?
I
Send
go
me the
at
details.
home.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, my number.
Whoa! What happened to Snake?
You did 3 and 2.
Oh, I did 2. Right. You didn't do 2.
My number 2 is relieving yourself. No, not the type of the 101. It's when you have been holding in either a urination for a long, long time and you want to let that go, or I actually think the real best version of relieving yourself is when you really like, it's more of a tummy ache type thing. And like you're sitting in a meeting and you're like, I really got to go. I really got to go. I really got to go. And then meeting ends, you go to the bathroom, it all kind of flows. And then that one's more of a relief, but it's a required sensation.
Yeah, I mean, that was my 1-1, specifically letting out a piss, a long piss. You're stuck on a highway. You've got a rest stop 20 miles away. You're holding in for dear life. Sometimes you release, sometimes you don't. I've done it plenty. Piss myself, poop myself.
I want to say hot take is that it's tough to actually find the perfect release. Like sometimes it's overblown in your head,
No,
like how
no.
bad you have to go. Sometimes it's underblown to the point of pain.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When you're at that inflection point of pain.
That's relief, though. That's what I'm saying.
And you get to the stall. I swear to God, this is 95% of, at least myself, You take out your pants. You take down your pants. You do whatever you need to do, and you release your urine. You just go like this.
But that's what I'm saying. That's relief. How much of it is satisfaction? Some.
Oh.
But some of it I think is more so I'm just happy I didn't.
Well, is it
go
a
with
massage relief versus satisfaction?
No, I think that's satisfaction. Getting a knot out might be relief, but actually the massage.
I think relief and satisfaction are synonymous in this situation.
I think they're like, there's probably a word that's like they're similar but different.
Same, but diff.
Exactly. Number one, it's 4 a.m. Saturday night. You went out. You were day drinking all day.
Good one.
And you wake up and you're just
gasping for air.
You
don't know which way is up.
You just can barely breathe. But in your drunken state, you look to your bedside table. Oh my God. Drunk Jack, you are a god. You are a god. And there's cold, and it's still cold, and it's a glass of water, and you take that sip. And if it hits,
First off,
cures.
It's the fastest chug you'll ever do in your life. It's the fastest, you just, and then it's gone. You usually got to go up, fill up more.
Well, that's the thing. If you can get it in that, if I got to get up, go to the bathroom, then my whole flow is kind of disrupted. But I'm saying if it's purely can't breathe, glass, cure, back to sleep, wake up, not that hungover. I mean, that beat, by the way, could beat that could beat the one on what I was just saying.
No.
It could.
Yeah. There's nothing quite like that. And that is a perfect telltale sign of when you know you're washed. Because
No. Even in college that played.
No, listen. Now, before I go out,
you're
I make sure my bedside is situated for when I get back.
That's
the antithesis of that. I never did that in college where I would set it up.
Yeah.
The antithesis of that is when you're in college, maybe you don't make it to the bed, maybe you're on the couch, you wake up, reach over, grab anything that resembles a water bottle, boom, vodka.
Yeah, I've never gone down. I've never had that, but I know it's a thing. It's
actually giving me shivers down my body thinking of it.
The only thing that gives me more shivers than that is the thought of talking to Eagleson right now and hearing him try to defend how his franchise quarterback, remember, his team's not in a bad spot.
Don't worry, Eagleson, my franchise king is fat too.
Yeah.
And you know what? He won a few playoff games
But
this
let's hear how Tua is not fat, out of shape, and a walking pillow. Hey, Delphina.
Hey, Delphina, you look beautiful. Andrew, before you go into it, try and tell me you didn't at least giggle at the nickname Tua everything.
Look, sure, it's funny, but you guys are calling him fat. He's looking strong out there. You are...
No.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm not even going to let you get started. No, he is not.
There's no muscle.
It is. How could you say that
tubby.
from those couple pictures? That's bullshit.
I was fat. I can say
I was
that.
fat too.
I know what it looks like.
I have eyes.
I know when he looks in the mirror in the morning, he's sad at the way he looks.
He's got rolls.
You can say all you want, and you know what people are going to say? It's taken away from his mobility a little bit. That means nothing. We don't, Tua didn't really pride himself on his mobility, I wouldn't say. He just needs to sit there.
That's facts. Him and Lamar Jackson are pocket passers, according to the reports.
He just needs to be in there. I hope some of that fat, whatever the fuck you want to call it, went around his skull, because that's all I'm really worried about. That's all I'm really worried about for this guy. He needs to stand there and make the throws and not get hurt. That's all we need from him. I don't give a shit about the rest. His legs, he can look like Kyle Lowry. That's fine. Just play, man. Just stay healthy. If that's what it takes, be my fucking guest.
Maybe the photo was Cap.
No, it was a video.
No, McDaniels is like a fun coach. Maybe he was like, let's switch it up. Let's have Teron Armstead play quarterback.
Or maybe it was like a fat filter. They had the social... because maybe the Dolphins social team learned from last season when they put...
Let's not make our guys look good. Let's make them look like shit.
Yeah. Hey, under
like
promise, over deliver.
I like that.
Now we're on to something.
Yeah.
Did you see in your Twitter searches or scrolls or comment diving any other good nicknames like Tua Tubby Vi?
There, of course. There was all sorts of ones like that.
Can you give me some? I would love to hear some.
I could find some, sure, but I didn't really want to talk about these sports. I wanted to talk about baseball. The Blue Jays, they scored 20 runs.
Someone said one of our friends said that the only rings Tua's getting is a 12-count of onion rings.
He's like,
one of our friends said he's going to ask for double chicken in his Super Bowl.
It's just in his legs too. It didn't even look like it was in his upper body. His legs were just thick.
Well, that's the number one rule of being fat is you don't take your shirt off.
True, and he
You
was
wear
wearing
big
all the
shirts.
football
I don't know.
stuff.
The hat, it was a little deceiving if he had triceps or they were kind of just sagging.
Yeah.
His back of his arms looked like the lunch lady.
He's putting on muscle. It's all muscle. You guys couldn't tell from there. We'll see it. We'll see it in Philly. You'll see him front and center. He's gonna beat you guys. And I hope you're ready.
His BMI doesn't go through the roof, maybe.
Come on. I know you fat shamed Joel and James. That doesn't mean you need to take it out on Tua. He's a nice guy.
That just shows that it's not just towards my guys. I'll give it to anybody.
Good point. Can't argue with that.
Talk to me about baseball.
So talk about baseball?
I don't know why.
So the Jays put up 20 runs. I believe the first team to put up 20 runs so far this season. And you proceeded to get shut out using the Blue Jays in your MLB The Show.
Tell your editor.
Explain that.
We what?
You proceeded to get shut out in your MLB The Show series as the Blue Jays. Explain that. Real team scores 20 runs.
I don't really want to talk
you
about the
guys
MLB
get
The Show
shut out.
series.
If the intern were here, maybe we'd have an explanation. Once again, I understand I am not good at the game.
Mm-hmm.
I might not even
That's
be...
cap of the week. You act and talk and think that you're
Because
good, and
I
the
do-
intern is holding you back.
Next episode, you'll actually see the Discord that I know how to hit now.
Is there a tip?
No, there's a tip. There's one tip. Now, because I'm not good, it's not like I'm slinging it, but I'm putting some hits out there every once in a while, which is encouraging. The intern, like the Bucks were still in the playoffs the last time the intern scored a run.
Wow.
I mean, it's just tough. It's tough out there. Yeah, the Jays scored 20 runs, and I think we've got around 20 on the season through 15 in the show. And, we're now probably officially making a push for the NIT. I expect to see you there. I think that's a really good structure. Whoever, Jay Dizzle's the commissioner. He put that together, keeps all parties involved. Imagine being mid and average. It's like the Steelers and the Saints who we were talking about last episode.
Imagine being mid and average.
Oh, Steelers fans.
Like you can't play for the title. You can't play for
in this league that we're in, the middle of the pack just get fucked.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
Could not.
I'll see you in the playoffs.
It's like either be the goat or be in China. Be in China. So we're still alive. Then we'll have our Madden series, which I don't know.
I'm out on that one.
I don't know if we're going to be good or bad. We've done Madden series before where we're good, but these
there
kids
are
are
a few
just so
people.
They're
good.
so-
There are a few
so
people
good.
in this MLB The Show league where I've actually wanted to do an investigation that they're cheating.
But the thing is, there's not. This is what I was saying before. You can't even really cheat. It's like, if you're good at hitting, like I just.
But
feel
you
like
can't tell if the other person's on PCI or not.
PCI, is that hitting or pitching?
Hitting.
Hitting. I'm like 99% sure that if you're hitting just by using A, like no PCI, then you would be bad at hitting.
No, I was fire at the game when I used to do that.
Well, no, but it doesn't reward you the same.
All I know is MLB.
How about this? Play one game on no PCI and genuinely report back. Like I will give you clearance. One game. Do it when you're playing like either the best team in the league or the worst.
Either way, my
doesn't-
fucking teammate will give up a walk-off again.
That was hard.
Dude,
That was hard.
it keeps me up at night.
I know. I actually, given the sportsmanship award, the amount of times that I've stared at that wall, gripped the controller, and like had to calm myself from I need to shatter a controller at some point.
I almost did.
Yeah.
I
No,
know.
6 times now I've
No,
gotten
I've thrown it.
yeah.
I've
You did?
I-
But
yeah.
into a pillow?
No,
You broke a controller?
no, it's tough controller.
Really?
Right into the ground. I'm big at if I give up a home run, like the second I know it's gone, the controller just drops out of my hand and my hands go in my hand.
Yeah.
The intern and I can make some content.
Do you think that you're a better pitcher or hitter?
Shit versus poop, brother? Shit versus poop. Fire at fielding.
Yeah. We're bad at that too. We're just not good at the game.
Yeah, we cooked you.
It's sad. It's sad.
I got.
All right,
Hold on.
Eagleson-
I got more baseball. When are you gonna do an AL East little tour? I saw you're doing the AL. What are you doing right now?
Central.
Central.
So here's the deal. We put it out to the fam, and I said, where should we go? And the majority of the fam was like Central, AL
Okay.
and NL. And we checked the dates, and it worked. So this is kind of the test for this whole concept. Really excited about it. We've almost sold half the tickets already, which is actually pretty hype. AL, and then the other factor was
Geographically, like you have to go from Toronto to Tampa to Boston to New York.
that's tough too. And then the real factor is the Central divisions had the cheapest tickets kind of across the board.
Because they're ass.
Partially ass, partially just pricing. If we wanted, so like we're buying all the game tickets for the fam and just charging $25, and after like taxes, I think it's 28 to 30. We're taking a loss on some of those tickets, and this is for the cheaper ones. So if we wanted to get group tickets for like the Blue Jays and the Yankees and the Orioles, it could be like $40. And then if we have to start selling $50 ticket packages because we bring the hats and the pins and stuff, I just don't know what our turnout would be.
Yeah.
But we're going to see. We're going to go through these 5.
Maybe I'll
I think
slide.
it'll be fun.
I mean, the O's are also
Where would
fire
you
right
most
now,
wanna
right?
go? Yeah, the O's are
What-
fire.
what time-
Chicago's on a Sunday. Chicago.
You can do a weekend in Chicago. Are you doing a Saturday and a Friday game though?
We're doing Cleveland and Chicago Saturday, Sunday. You know Cleveland's. You know that's my city.
I
Show
know
you
it's
a
your
good
city.
time.
It's not my
Show you
city.
a good time.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think it's gonna be fun, and it will set the groundwork for a lot of things. That like I'm going to Anaheim in the middle of June or end of June, June 24th ish. So like if we could pretty much pop up in these cities and do it, I think that would be fun too. So
Yeah.
we'll see. No AL East on the books
That's your
yet,
cue to
but-
buy your tickets.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
your tickets. Go on the website. Go to the blog, and you'll be able to find them there.
What is
So,
the website? Tell them the website. Come on.
Snapbacksports.com.
You need someone to keep you online, brother.
All right. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Pod will probably be coming either later Monday or on Tuesday. So subscribe to the channel. You'll get alerts. I don't know if you guys saw. Channel's cooking because, well, you got us kind of hot in the algo with your rant on all the tubbies. But the Tyler Scott episode, because Eagle Sim, we worked on that titling.
I saw that.
That's cooking.
Yep.
You compared
Boys are getting hot.
you compare someone to Tyreek Hill, and all of a sudden people want to be clicky.
What do the greats say? The greats say, "Don't let us get one. Don't
Yep.
let us get one."
Yep. Marcus Smart said it. We said it. So we will see you next episode. Much love, fam. Have a great weekend. Peace.